Good day to all of you. Welcome to yet another session on RAA Online. And today we're going to deal with recurrent pregnancy loss. What is recurrent pregnancy loss? Recurrent pregnancy loss can be divided into early recurrent pregnancy loss and late recurrent pregnancy loss. The first few minutes we will be dealing with early recurrent pregnancy loss. And we need to understand that when an egg is broken from outside force, life ends. But when egg broken by an inside force, life begins. Great things always begin from inside. And so we're going to see what begins from inside for recurrent pregnancy loss. When we say recurrent miscarriages or an RPL, what is recurrent? Loss of 2 or more consecutive pregnancies before 24 weeks of gestation is what is the current definition of recurrent pregnancy loss. Sometime back we said loss of 3 or more consecutive pregnancies, and now we have changed the definition from 3 to 2. But then for every pregnancy loss, even if it's a single pregnancy loss, that's quite precious for a particular patient. But then we have to have some ways and means of cost benefit analysis and whether we need to look into a pregnancy loss and investigate it or not. So on that basis, we have taken an optimum of 2 or more consecutive pregnancies before 24 weeks of gestation, and to be called that as recurrent miscarriage. Having said that, do we use the cutoff value of 24 weeks of gestation at the moment? Yes. Sometime back we were using 28 weeks and then we moved to 24 weeks. In some countries we always keep 20 weeks as well in very well advanced developing countries. But that is quite a debate and is quite enigmatic. Let's not ponder into the controversy around whether 28, 24 or 20 weeks, but recurrent miscarriage is recurrent. We will see what is current about the recurrent miscarriage, and this affects almost 1% of the couples. And 1 to 2% of second trimester pregnancies miscarry between 24 weeks of gestation. And in this presentation, we will be confiding ourselves to only the first trimester miscarriages, and we will have another session after this and we will deal with second trimester pregnancy loss. Cause or a course. Recurrent pregnancy loss will have a lot of factors involved in it, and we will see one by one. First of the one being epidemiological factor. Advanced maternal age is definitely a factor for recurrent miscarriage. Women more than 35 years of age alone is not a criteria. Even a husband more than 40 years is a cause for or an epidemiological feature for a recurrent pregnancy loss. Risk of a further miscarriage increases after each successive pregnancy loss, reaching 40% after 3 consecutive pregnancy losses, and the prognosis worsens with increasing maternal age. A previous live birth does not preclude a woman from developing a recurrent pregnancy loss, and we need to keep that in mind, and that is why one may be the cause or the other may be a cause, whatever it may be. Any other features of epidemiology which could be a risk factor for recurrent pregnancy loss? Of course, yes. Maternal cigarette smoking. And when we say maternal cigarette smoking, we need to understand that 61% of smokers are women. And maybe we take India into consideration or not. But then the world statistics is, believe me, 61% of smokers are women. I'm not telling 61% of women are smokers. 61% of smokers are women. And so that is a risk factor for a recurrent pregnancy loss. Caffeine consumption. Heavy alcohol consumption, something like 5 or more units per week, is definitely a cause for recurrent pregnancy loss. Working with VDU or anesthetic gases do not influence abortion, and that was a wrong notion which was flaunted some time back, but then we have enough evidence to say working with the VDU does not cause recurrent abortions. Of course, obesity increases the risk of both sporadic and recurrent pregnancy loss because various factors come into place, maybe a polycystic ovarian disease, etc., which we'll touch upon a little later.